They drugged their own citizens, wiped their memories, tried to build real-life Manchurian candidates. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is MKUltra, the CIA's darkest science experiment ever exposed. Chapter 1. The CIA's paranoia. After World War II, paranoia ran wild. The Cold War was heating up. The US government believed the Soviets were working on mind control tech. The CIA wanted to fight fire with fire. That's when they launched MKUltra, a top-secret experiment to control the human brain. Chapter 2. The experiments. From 1953 to 1973, the CIA dosed thousands of unsuspecting people with LSD, enough to fill 81 elephant tranquilizer darts, bars, hospitals, brothels, even their own agents. No group was off limits. Doses were slipped into drinks, pills, injections. Victims were given false identities, lobotomies, sensory deprivation tanks, electroshock therapy, forced drug comas, hypnosis, radiation, isolation. Some patients screamed for help, others broke down and never recovered. And all the while, most had no idea they were test subjects. Chapter 3. The case of Frank Olson. One victim was a biochemist named Frank Olson. On November 1953, he was secretly dosed with LSD by his own colleagues at the CIA. 9 days later, he fell out of a 13th-story window to his death. The government ruled it a suicide, but his family knew he was an outgoing man who'd never threatened to harm himself. He was also one of the few victims who'd exhibited strange behavior after taking the drug. Hearing voices, seeing apparitions. Could someone have taken advantage of him in his confused state? Possibly. The government did everything it could to cover its tracks. Autopsy results were withheld. Witnesses were silenced. But years later, documents revealed the full story. Frank Olson had been the victim of a CIA experiment. Chapter 4. The cover-up. In 1973, the CIA director Richard Helms ordered all MKUltra files destroyed, but 20,000 documents survived by accident. By 1977, they leaked to the public and the world was shocked. Sleep deprivation as interrogation tactics, forced drugging, torture disguised as science. Lawmakers were furious. The experiments stopped, but the damage done, that remained. Some call it brainwashing, others call it mind control. Whatever you call it, the CIA's MKUltra program remains one of the darkest chapters in American history, a reminder of the lengths to which the government will go to keep its secrets buried. Subscribe for more chilling tales of conspiracy and intrigue, and check out our new series, Unsolved, where we break down the most baffling mysteries of our time. What are we hiding from? You might want to know. Now it's time to hear from you. What do you find most disturbing about MKUltra? The fact that it happened at all, or that it took decades to uncover the truth? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more haunting histories. If these topics are what keep you up at night, you're not alone. Here at our channel we bring you the creepiest cults, the strangest secrets, the most terrifying unsolved mysteries and the most haunting historical tales. Our stories have been viewed millions of times and now we're bringing them all to you in podcast form. Listen on your favorite podcast platform. New episodes premiere every Wednesday. There's a hidden vault under the Vatican guarded by silence, secrecy and centuries of fear. Inside 50 miles of forbidden books, censored history and possibly proof of alien contact. But why can't the public see any of it? Chapter 1. The Library of Forbidden Knowledge. Built over a 400-year span, the Vatican Library contains over 85,000 manuscripts, 20,000 ancient books, and 700,000 historical documents. Yet despite its reputation as a place where anyone can access unlimited knowledge, the truth is far more sinister. Behind sealed vaults, climate-controlled rooms, and guarded corridors, there exists a record of suppressed religious, scientific, and political truths. Access to the library is strictly controlled. Researchers must submit proposals months in advance, and even then, only certain parts of the archive are accessible. Chapter 2. The Lost Gospels and Suppressed Texts. Hidden scrolls like the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, the Gospel of Judas, and apocryphal books paint a radically different picture of Jesus than the Bible. These texts were written by Mary. Did Jesus really walk on water? Not if the Vatican has anything to say about it. The Church has deliberately kept these texts out of the Bible for centuries. Scholars believe this is because they challenge the official narrative of Jesus Christ, Son of God. Some even claim the Church buried evidence that could rewrite history forever. Chapter 3. The Index of Forbidden Books. For centuries the Catholic Church maintained a list of texts it deemed heretical. Anyone caught reading these books would be put on trial for heresy and burned at the stake. We're talking about actual stakes. Writers like Copernicus, Galileo, and Darwin were placed under scrutiny for questioning the Church's teachings. The index was finally abolished in 1835, but copies of the index are held in the archives. Chapter 4. Secrets of the Occult and Ancient Civilizations. Some believe the Vatican holds evidence of ancient gods, kings, and civilizations lost to time. Certain factions within the Church have long studied the occult, including alchemy, astrology, and necromancy, not to use such powers, but to understand and suppress them. Legend has it that the archives hold ancient texts detailing the building of the Tower of secret knowledge of the pyramids, and even maps of the lost city of Atlantis. Some of these texts include the Key of Solomon, a grimoire containing instructions for summoning demons, and the Testament of Solomon, which details the travels of the biblical King Solomon. The Vatican also holds the Codex Gigas, a 360-page medieval book that contains an illustration of a humanoid creature that may be evidence of ancient contact with extraterrestrials. Chapter 5. Aliens and the In 2019, an anonymous Vatican insider claimed the church possessed a machine called the Chronivisa. Apparently, it was built by a Catholic priest and scientist in the 1950s. The device supposedly enables users to view past events. While it sounds like a fun party trick, imagine if someone erased a key moment in your life. Suddenly, that embarrassing date you'd blocked out of your memory is right there staring back at you. So yeah, it's probably best to keep those kinds of machines under lock and key. Another rumor claims the Vatican stores alien artifacts from secret encounters over centuries. Again, nothing has been confirmed, but the Vatican hasn't exactly denied it either. The Vatican's secret archives remain shrouded in mystery. Religious revelations, evidence of ancient tech, proof of extraterrestrial contact. The truth is, no one knows what's really hidden behind those closed doors. But one thing's for sure, some things are best left buried. What do you think is the creepiest thing the Vatican is hiding? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more secrets hidden in plain sight. Fade in from black. A grainy, distorted image of a CIA document flashes on screen. The camera pans across redacted text, revealing the words Project MKUltra in stark relief. Whispered voiceover. They drugged their own citizens, wiped their memories, tried to build real-life Manchurian candidates. This isn't some twisted horror flick, folks. This is MKUltra, the CIA's darkest science experiment ever exposed. Cue unsettling electronic music. Picture this, it's the 1950s. The Cold War's got everyone sweating bullets. Uncle Sam's convinced the Soviets are cooking up some mind-bending voodoo. So what does good ol' America do? Fight fire with fire, baby. Enter Project MKUltra, the government's not-so-little attempt to play puppet master with the human brain. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jordan, you're pulling my leg. This is some tinfoil hat nonsense. But buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to take a wild ride down the rabbit hole of declassified nightmares. Camera pans across black and white photos of 1950s America. See, the CIA didn't just dip their toes into this mind control pool. They cannonballed right in, splashing LSD-laced water all over unsuspecting civilians. We're talking bars, hospitals, even brothels. Hell, they even dosed their own agents. Talk about a bad trip to the water cooler, am I right? But acid wasn't enough for these mad scientists. Oh no, they had to go full Frankenstein, sensory deprivation tanks that'd make you forget your own name, electroshock that'd fry your synapses like bacon, forced drug comas that'd make Rip Van Winkle look like a power napper, quick cuts of shadowy figures in lab coats, flashing lights, people screaming, and hypnosis. Please, that was child's play compared to the radiation experiments and isolation chambers. Patients screamed, they broke down, some never came back from the edge. And here's the kicker. Most of them had no clue they were lab rats in Uncle Sam's twisted maze. Dramatic pause, camera zooms in on a black and white photo of a man. Let's talk about Frank Olson, biochemist, family man, unwitting guinea pig. His own colleagues slipped him a Mickey Finn laced with LSD. 9 days later, splat. Frank takes a swan dive out of a 13th-story window. The government called it suicide. His family, they smelled a rat. And wouldn't you know it, years later, documents pop up showing the CIA had more skeletons in their closet than a haunted house on Halloween. Sound of papers shuffling, redacted documents flashing on screen. But here's where it gets real creepy, folks. In '73, the CIA director gets spooked, orders all the MKUltra files burned. Poof, gone. Except dramatic pause, 20,000 documents survived by accident. And when those babies leaked, it was like someone ripped the mask off Scooby-Doo's monster, revealing the true face of government-sanctioned horror. We're talking sleep deprivation that'd make an insomniac cry uncle, forced drugging that'd put your college experimenting to shame, torture disguised as science, wrapped up in a neat little bow of national security. Camera pans across modern-day CIA headquarters. Now, they say MKUltra officially kicked the bucket in the 70s, but it's ghost, still haunting us, my friends. You see it in Black Ops whispers, in pop culture's obsession with mind control, in that nagging little voice that wonders if our thoughts are really our own, leaning in close to the camera, voice lowering, so next time you're flipping channels, scrolling through your feed, or hell, even standing in line for coffee, ask yourself, is that stray thought really yours? Or is it an echo of an experiment that was never supposed to see the light of day? Smirk, sweet dreams, America. And remember, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not after your mind. Fade to black, subscribe to Haunting History TV for more dark truths that were never meant to be found. And hey, if you suddenly forget everything you just watched, well, you might want to check your drink for any unexpected ingredients. Eerie music swells, then cuts abruptly.